Coming up next, the Pacers taking on the 76ers for Indiana. It's been a tough road for this team so far, but tonight they'll have the energy of the home crowd on their side, and they look to ride that to victory. Sixers, Pacers, up next.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, good to have you with us. Tonight the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Pacers in Indianapolis. For Indiana, the first half of the season has not been kind to them, and unfortunately with their play lately, they're not exactly giving off the vibe that they're ready to turn things around. With Brett Brown guiding the Sixers, they've gone from bottom dweller to contender. A roster once devoid of talent, now loaded with star power.
Be careful what you ask for. Big expectations for this team right now, and some pretty big personalities to go along with it.
Yeah, when it comes to competing for a title, it's tough. And you have to rely not just on talent that's so young. But it's better to have those problems if you're Philadelphia.
Here's Kevin Harlan as we get set for the tip.
Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. Look at Milwaukee. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And right now for Philadelphia, they've used the doubters as fuel for this season's strong showing. Night after night, each guy plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college, but a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. Well, closing out the calendar year, watching the NBA, Clark, it is a nice way to put a bow on it, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. I mean, the league just continues to grow in popularity. There's a lot of good momentum across the league, not only domestically, but globally. And the leadership is outstanding, and Adam Silver and his staff, and star power across the board with young, talented players. The NBA's got an awful lot going for it, and it's quite nice to be part of that fraternity and to sit back as a fan now and enjoy these current-day stars play the game the way they're playing.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. And it's Thibault in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pacers, Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Turner and Sabonis playing inside. And it's Warren in at the small forward position. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. And he makes good on the layup.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Simmons with it. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Richardson outside. And Horford wide open. He shoots. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
So Oladipo will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 4-point game. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Brogdon kicks to Turner. 4 on the shot clock. Shot from the wing. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Now here's Turner after the miss from Joel Embiid. They double him with Simmons. Sabonis finds Oladipo. Second shot opportunity. That's tipped and stolen by Richardson. And now the 76ers on the break. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And he makes the first.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the two critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And so he hits both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Oladipo. That shot is off. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Richardson, good.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Richardson against Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. To halt the run.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. Outside, Simmons. Over to the wing. Here's Thibault. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. Ben Simmons, #1.
And he's been even more accurate with his shooting than he's been with his passing. Just a terrific percentage from the field.
And, Greg, this isn't a power forward we're talking about. I mean, this is a point guard. He's knocking down shots from 20 feet like they were layups.
Pass to Oladipo. There's the triple. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
He's trying to get it going offensively, but right now just 1 of 4 to start.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Richardson outside. There's the pass to Thibault. Here's Horford. Embiid inside. Sabonis is there. Outside for Simmons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Oladipo. Oh, what a dunk!
The bounce, the creativity, the strength. When Oladipo rises up, he's looking to punch it down as hard as he can.
Now here's Simmons. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Horford with the bounce pass. 7-foot shot. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Pacers trail by 3. Oladipo taking his time here. Pass to Sabonis. Indiana moving the ball around. Unloads from 13. Oladipo misses.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
For Philadelphia, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And you can't say Indiana didn't work the ball last year. Top 5 in field goal percentage.
Yeah, you know what? It was a combination of things, and I'm a little biased having my roots with the Pacers, but they consistently made the extra pass, the next pass. And they had veteran finishers as well. They were as fun a team to watch in the league for me. Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Pass to Sabonis. Back to Oladipo. And the layup falls. Oladipo's got 7 points in the game.
Nice feed. Just like his dad, Sabonis is an excellent passing big man. The passing gene was passed on.
Now here's Simmons. Out to the right wing. Here's Thibault. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. He's got 8.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Out left to the wing. Here's Embiid, and again it's Philadelphia.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And stolen by Simmons. Richardson the pass to Thibault. From down in the low post, it goes.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Now Richardson. And he also played a big role in their last game with Miami. Tips it. Sabonis grabs the board. Pacers trail by 11. Here's Brogdon. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And don't let his defensive work get passed over. With all his steals, he was just as valuable on D as he was at the other end.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
That free throw missing. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
Good on the second free throw.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
Now, here's O'Quinn. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Robinson for 3. Some solid defense there from Lamb. And the stretch center in demand for Miles Turner. Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger, and continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
And so here is Philadelphia. The Pacers making the shot. Simmons passes to Harris. The 8-footer. Bucket is good. And the 76ers lead by 10.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Here's McConnell. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. McDermott with it. Scott's there. Harris on the double team. Right side Lamb. Plenty of space. Nice jump shot. Good. Lamb's got his second basket.
Lamb is a capable spot-up shooter. He's comfortable shooting off the catch.
And here is Simmons. Harris looking it over. He kicks to Robinson. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Scott, good.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
String music scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
For the Pacers, they come in off a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yeah, they were really close right there. Just couldn't string together a few key plays to help get them over the top for the win.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Miles Turner. Philadelphia shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The first one falls.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Now here is Holiday. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Lamb. Some solid defense from Harris.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The drive by Simmons. To the paint. Fades back. Harris's shot is good. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game. Korkmaz, he's jacked in for Glenn Robinson III. Here's Lamb. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. To the middle. Will it go? And slam dunk by Lamb.
And, you know, the vertical Lamb has is a bit sneaky. You know, he gets off the ground with such ease to hammer it down. Sometimes you don't know how high he's gotten.
Now, here's Scott. 5 points in the game. Takes it from 10. O'Quinn can't hit.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
1:16 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Simmons. He's covered by McConnell. Harris outside. The shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Harris has got 6 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing. And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Passes it to Korkmaz. No good from outside. Pacers trail by 12. The wide open look here for Holiday. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
You know, this is an area Lamb must continue to improve his passing. And when he passes it like this, it helps out a lot.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Philadelphia shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. The first free throw is good.
You know, you look at Ben Simmons, and the thing that jumps out to me is his all-around game. I mean, it's absolutely terrific. He's a stat sheet stuffer, supreme.
And Simmons drops them both.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the officials to make a call.
Now here's Lamb. 6 points for him. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. For Indiana, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
That's good from McConnell. Floats one up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Leafs got it back down to single digits for the Pacers.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
And so it's Philadelphia in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from the place where, you know, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, you know, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and you know, I just believed in it.
Yep, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Tobias Harris is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Scott. Then there's Richardson. And it's Korkmaz in a 2-guard. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
He's off on the first.
And talk about teams that pressure the ball. Indiana, top 3 in steals the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I think that's attributable to the coach's mentality. Nate McMillan was aggressive as a player. He's aggressive as a coach. And, you know, McMillan averaged 3 steals a game one season in 1993-94.
Second free throw, no good. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. The pass to Lamb. Pass to Leaf. Holiday dishes to Lamb. Clock at 4. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Scott the pass to Richardson, and stolen by McConnell. Nice D from Scott. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's Richardson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis comes in for McDermott, and it's Oladipo in for T.J. McConnell. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Horford comes in for Scott. And Richardson drops them both.
And, you know, when most teams lose their clear #1 guy, they start going south. That's exactly what happened for Indiana last season.
Now here is Holiday. Oladipo with the ball, and it's sent back by Horford. Now Richardson. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Pass to Korkmaz. Richardson outside. And here's Harris from the arc. Offensive rebound. Horford the pass to Embiid. Over Sabonis. Second chance shot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Indiana called for the foul.
You know, you can't go for the shot fake. As soon as Embiid has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
Clark, the Pacers were 32 and 15 when Oladipo went down.
And you think about Oladipo's influence and impact, only 16 and 19 after the injury, guys, and they got swept by the Celtics in the playoff. Oladipo critically important to the Pacers being able to perhaps advance in the playoffs in the future.
And he makes the first.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player, a polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
Warren's checked in for Indiana. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Aaron Holiday. And Embiid drops them both.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
Now, here's Sabonis. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo for 3. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
Seems to get better every year from outside. Oladipo feeling comfortable pulling the trigger.
And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor, is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it, when teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Now, here's Oladipo. 10 points for him. That one good for 2.
Hey, you know what? Once Oladipo gets the hot hand, he knows exactly how to take over because he's a smooth and versatile scorer.
Richardson the pass to Harris. Back to Richardson. Another miss by Philadelphia. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. And the 76ers making a change here. Pacers trail by 8. Embiid with the steal. Here's Harris. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Passes to Turner. Oladipo outside. Back to Turner. There's the dish to Oladipo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Doesn't go for him. And the 76ers go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Richardson, good.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Here's Brogdon. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Harris. Horford trying to free himself up. And slam dunk by Harris.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And stolen by Horford. Harris against Warren. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Well, you know, there's only so much you can do against Embiid, guys. I mean, he's such a terrifically skilled offensive player with great size. I mean, he plays pretty much through any kind of contact.
Timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You look at Simmons. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
And here are the 76ers now. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Brogdon outside. The pass to Oladipo. Fires it up. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. 14 points for Victor Oladipo. And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years Clark of his career. And then, back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steel us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Brogdon. 76ers getting the bucket. He had a nice open look right there. Oladipo's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Richardson with it. Brogdon picks him up. Thibault, the pass to Richardson. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Brogdon. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Warren, the pass to Sabonis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Embiid. Lottery pick back in 2016, Clark. If there was a question for Domantas Sabonis coming into the league, it was about his length and agility relative to NBA athletes.
Yeah, and you know, those were legitimate questions, Kevin. He's not a big-time shot blocker, but he is nimble for a big guy. Doesn't possess the typical length of a guy his size, but he's got great strength.
Shooting too.
He's got good quickness, if not speed. And that strength and quickness and know-how serve him well.
And he can't get the first one. Clark, you always say you can't run away from the DNA. Well, Sabonis, the son of the Lithuanian legend Arvydas Sabonis.
Kevin, I'm glad you've been paying attention to me over the years. You're right, though. That DNA stays with you. And the younger Sabonis has done his dad very proud. He's 6'11" to his dad, 7'3", but he's displayed the same kind of combination of strength and skill that his dad possessed.
And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana, trailing by 13. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Thibault, the pass to Embiid, and it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
Robinson, that's good.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. And that's something that makes a coach smile.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Brogdon outside. To the paint, here's Turner. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. T.J. Leaves checked in for Sabonis. Doug McDermott comes in for T.J. Warren. Aaron Holiday's checked in for Oladipo. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Simmons is checked in. Timeout called the Pacers. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Mike Scott's checked in for Philadelphia. Holiday with the three. He doesn't hit that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. Here's Robinson. Tries again. Scott kicks to Robinson. Over Holiday. Robinson missing again.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time
to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And it's the 76ers with the ball, following the score by Indiana. Takes a three. Scott can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 15. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a.
McConnell scanning the floor. Here's Holiday. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 15 inside. Horford the pass to Robinson. Over Holiday. The 76ers again can't hit it. 1:29 left here in the second. Pass to Turner. Outside Holiday. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Holiday's got 5 points so far.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
Pass to Scott. Turner against Embiid. Back to Scott. To the wing right side. And the shot goes in from Embiid. He's got 10.
Hey, Embiid is sensational at focusing in on what he's doing with his shot, even with tough defense. And in that case, only so much you can do.
Now, here's McConnell. Holiday left side. Pass to McDermott. Knocked away. Puts up a three. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Leaf. Philadelphia has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Here's Simmons. He has 5. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Embiid against Turner, and here's Simmons for 3. And the 76ers get it back. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, he was the 3rd pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw drops for Al Horford. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in a position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Pacers. Oladipo is the 2, with Warren playing small forward. Turner and Sabonis playing inside. And it's Brogdon in at the 1. Now here's Sabonis. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Brogdon.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here is Horford over Turner. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got 6 rebounds in the game. Oladipo against Richardson, and Oladipo kicks to Turner. Back to Oladipo. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Oladipo's got 19 points.
Always have to be conscious of Oladipo on the dribble. I mean, he's got some nice street ball handles that can make the defense look like silly putty.
Thibault can't get it to go.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
And Brogdon, here we go. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Embiid finds Richardson. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Oladipo against Richardson. Here's Sabonis. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And you hear it all the time about how they say reaching the top can be the easy part. It's the staying there that's the true challenge. And Victor Oladipo achieved stardom, but has to make his way back after his knee injury in early 2019.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now here's Oladipo. He's got 19. Sabonis, the pass to Oladipo. Over in the corner, Turner. Clock is at 3. Here's Warren. They get it back.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And Oladipo had already dealt with soreness in that right knee, and you talked about that, missing about a month earlier in the season.
And some suggested he came back too soon. Hindsight always 20/20, and players want to be out there to help win games. Sometimes teams have to protect them from themselves.
And he knocks down the first one. And Richardson drops them both. Pacers trail by 7. Puts it up from 12. The shot by Brogdon, no good. The 76ers have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Got a piece of it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Sabonis.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Embiid, and the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And it's Warren with the ball for Indiana. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Now the pass to Sabonis. Back to Brogdon, and stolen by Simmons. And now Philadelphia on the break. Took him no time at all on that one. And it's an 11-point 76ers lead.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Oladipo. That one a little long. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Simmons passes to Horford. Embiid is at the elbow. Now Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Boy, the floor awareness and passing ability of Embiid, very impressive, and he continues to grow as a passer.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. And here's Oladipo. 19 points in the game. Pass to Brogdon. Pass to Sabonis. 4 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The 76ers leading by 13. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Sabonis with the steal. Here's Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
Oladipo against Simmons. Passes it to Thibault. Now here is Horford. 3 on the clock. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
The Pacers making a switch here. Lamb's checked in, and the 76ers also making a change. Harris is checked in for Josh Richardson.
One shot.
Free throw good, Horford. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Korkmaz checked in for Al Horford. There's the lob for Harris. Very pretty alley-oop layup. And the 76ers lead by 18.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers. And I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
And Philadelphia making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Now, here's Brogdon. 5 points in the game. And Oladipo kicks to Lamb. Turner trying to free himself up, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Sabonis finds Oladipo, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
And listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
First free throw is good.
You look at Oladipo, and he is really embracing his role as the leader of his team. He's a ferocious competitor, but also a compassionate, good teammate.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Just 5 to shoot, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
That free throw good from Korkmaz.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. McDermott comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Brogdon. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Another shot. Another miss by Philadelphia. Pacers trail by 17. Oladipo, the pass to McConnell. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds in the game. The drive by Simmons. Count that one. Simmons got 7.
Tell you what, does not matter what the defense throws his way. The heart of Simmons allows him to play through that, and he's still going to knock the shot down.
Indiana's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Oladipo outside. From the high post. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's O'Quinn. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. McConnell with it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's the pass to Lamb. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
That's good from Harris.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Leaf checked in for Miles Turner, and Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
That one falls.
An accurate shooter off the pass. McDermott feels comfortable firing as soon as he catches it.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to O'Quinn. Down low. Here's Embiid. Knocks down the 10-footer. Embiid's got 14 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's McConnell after the made shot from Joel Embiid. On the wing, Lamb, guarded by Harris. No good from Lamb. Philadelphia leading by 23. Pass to O'Quinn. And it's Simmons penetrating. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Simmons got 4 this quarter.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Passes it to Leaf. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for Leaf. Philadelphia also making some changes. Scotty's checked in for Joel Embiid, and Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Korkmaz. Now, here's O'Quinn. Shoots over Turner. The 76ers with another miss. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That'll be his second foul of the game. Indiana's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And Turner kicks to McConnell. The pass to Holiday. Here's Turner, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Boy, how about the determination of Turner? I mean, he's a wrecking ball on the glass on both ends of the floor. Just doesn't give up on plays.
Now here's Simmons. 9 points in the game so far. Deep 2 from Robinson. Drops one in from the wing. Robinson's got 6. Indiana's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered closely. Yes, that goes in. Turner's got 4 points in the quarter.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Well, Clark, you know, it took some time for him to get to this point, but Jeremy Lamb has taken his game to the next level.
And you know, guys, we see these young guys come into the league after just 1 year of college, and it takes them a while to figure it out sometime. Lamb has gone from being just a contributor to a nightly impact player with his scoring. But across the board, you can see his game upticking in a really positive way.
And the first one at the line is good.
You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
Now here's Simmons. Kicks it to Robinson. Harris up top over Lamb. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 14 points for Tobias Harris.
And you look at Harris, he's really improved as a scorer. He's become a go-to option due to how efficient he is putting the ball in the basket.
Outside, Lamb. Shoots. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now, here's Scott. He's got 5. It's good on the putback. O'Quinn's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Clock at 6, and the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
I really believe the more playing time that Lamb gets, the better he'll become. He still has the potential, in my mind, to be a very solid player in this league.
And the second free throw, good. 6 seconds left in the third. Here's O'Quinn, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Harris is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Scott in at the 3 slot.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
McConnell passes to Sabonis. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got 4 assists in the game.
The hard way there, guys. Sabonis, a tough player, does not shy away from contact.
Now here's Simmons. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Here's McConnell after the Sixers pick up 2. Right side Warren over Harris, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
The 76ers leading by 18. In the corner, it's Richardson. Harris outside. From past the arc. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Boy, this is something that Harris has really enhanced in his game over time. Hard work, paying dividends.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Harris. Clark, you were talking about the unicorns. Miles Turner in that category as a shot blocker who can space the floor. I don't think he's got a ceiling. What about you?
I think his ceiling is really high, Kevin. He's still young, which always bodes well for somebody with his work ethic and skill set. I think he can be an all-star player. Franchise player, those are few and far between. I'm not sure if he can get to that level, but all-star certainly within his reach.
That free throw, no good. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles, season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Thibault can't get it to go. Pacers trail by 20. Feeds to Lamb. Good work defensively by Richardson.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
And Simmons slams it in.
The slashability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
And here are the Pacers now. Lamb passes to Sabonis. Brogdon outside. He kicks it to Warren. Indiana again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Thibault. Here's Horford. He feeds it to Harris. Goes back up, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Indiana called for the foul.
You know, looking to score often from there, Harris is excellent at drawing the defense's attention and fouls.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Clark, last season we saw more of the global games series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organizations. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt, about a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game, and it's great for the fans in those countries.
And the Pacers call time here.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Turner kicks to Oladipo. Brogdon outside. Shot clock at 6. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. To the inside. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist from Brogdon. Brogdon's got 4 assists in the game. The 76ers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. In the corner, it's Richardson. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players, because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
Stolen by Warren, and there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Pacers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Now, here's Brogdon. D right on him. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, he's able to burn you on the drive. Gotta like Brogdon being aggressive in these situations.
The 76ers leading by 20. Here's Neto, and it's a foul. It's called on TJ Leaf. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the 76ers with some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Alec Burks. Richardson comes in for Smith, and it's Ben Simmons in for Raul Neto. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Richardson against Oladipo. And they double up Embiid. Harris outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Harris has got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now Brogdon. From 10 feet out, he gets it in there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Richardson. After Malcolm Brogdon's bucket, Richardson finds Embiid. Doesn't go that time. Pacers trail by 21. Warren the pass to Oladipo. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And that's 23 points for Victor Oladipo. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Simmons passes to Horford. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Sabonis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. No one near Turner as he lets it go. The three-pointer off the mark. The 76ers leading by 19. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Often when Embiid has a lane, he looks to throw it down, and he's got great speed for a big fella.
And the Pacers with possession here. Ball's knocked loose. Oladipo with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Oladipo misses.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
For 3, Harris. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
For Indiana, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Turner dishes to Oladipo. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Here's the lob for Harris. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Here's Sabonis. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Sabonis kicks to Brogdon. They need this. Turner passes to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Here's Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. Pass to Turner. Oladipo with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Back to Turner. 6 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for Oladipo. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
It's Richardson on the wing. Jacks up a 3. A second chance effort. Here's Embiid. Good work defensively by Turner.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oladipo against Richardson. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Good on the triple. Brogdon's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, that's outstanding court awareness from Oladipo. Head up and found the open man.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Malcolm Brogdon.
Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons. And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
Here's Sampson. Pass to Leaf. Holiday up top. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Holiday's got his first 2 points.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Tobias Harris.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Neto surveying the floor. Smith on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. To the paint, here's Holiday. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Neto. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.